We'll be opening the phone line to hear from you about how you are embracing normalcy after the festive season. Is it normal? Because we know how after all the fuel subsidy regime thing that happened, a lot of people were complaining. Let's not forget the forex market. There's been a lot of shaky situations happening for the economy, and a lot of people suffered, with the cash crunch also during the festive period to this time. So how are you feeling? That's what we want to hear from you. Now, in the aftermath of the festive celebrations, Nigerians are facing economic challenges, and how individuals are adapting to and coping with the hardship triggered by post-festivity economy strains, the challenges, especially with expenses like paying the school fees, the house rents, the health care, food, and a lot of things. And let's not forget traveling for Christmas, the New Year, and the hike of these tuition fees, the fuel, the cash crunch, amongst others. It's now like normal for us, even though we keep crying out for the government to do the needful, to do what would cushion all this hardship. But it's now becoming normal. I mean, right, Fatih? We've now passed the whole anticipation of immediate effect, immediate change,
relief of when you're finding relief one way or the other. Yeah.
So now we're back to, okay, fine, let's just take it as it goes. But we already saw how it says that there will be hardship on the tuition hike, school fees are increased.
Parents are actually really complaining about that.
Of course. So how are you coping with all of this? Let's not forget, this is a very sensitive but most important topic to talk about. And don't forget that somebody, a stakeholder, the government might be watching this. So use this smartly. Use this way that we're giving you
the opportunity.
Exactly, to share your grief, your grievances about what is happening in the economy. No insults would be tolerated if the moment you start would yank you off. So use it to appeal to the government.
And then don't forget to send us WhatsApp messages. We already have a first caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, we've lost our call.
All right.
Do call us back and send us WhatsApp messages. Like Sumaya said, no insults. If we see any, insultive words, we wouldn't take that message as well. So please use this opportunity to say how you feel. How are you coping? Are things normal for you? We know that a lot of people, traveling from December last year to this year, some people maybe are not even back. Maybe they don't have the cash to come back, you know.
I mean, the only option the federal government gave us, if you want to come early, then you have to join, come before the time passed, which was, I think, 5th or 7th of January, to resume back for the 50% transport.
Okay, hello.
Hello?
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Your name and location, please.
I'm calling from Delta State.
Okay, can you tone down the volume of your TV set because we can hear a little bit of interference?
I can hear you.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, let me be fair to you. My name is Tega.
Go ahead, please. We can hear you. What's your take on what's happening?
Okay, what is happening, I think, is a sign of end time for everyone to buckle up and do the needful. This is not time for you to start blaming the government. It is time for you to buckle up and put things in order.
You're not that audible. I don't know if it's from us, but we can't hear you really well. So,
can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, the government is for the people. You and I is the one that make up the government.
Are things normal for you after the, Christmas celebrations and the New Year, with the cash crunch, fuel and everything, the little hardship that people, for some is actually big, I wouldn't say little. Are things normal for you now?
By the grace of God, because I don't live under diplomacy of human.
Okay.
Things is better by its grace and mercy.
Okay, I think there's a network
issues,
yes, because I can hear some interferences. Please do call us back again so we can hear you very well. Sumaya, I was saying earlier that people are actually complaining. The hardship is actually taking a toll on people, their mental health. He's
a typical Nigerian.
Yes, by the grace of God. yeah, now that. But then, there was this sad story of this lady that committed suicide because of the economic hardship. And she's like, she can't see a bright future and what have you. And that's what we are trying to look at, like people not going into that. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Your name and location, please.
Yes, I was the one that was talking before the network pulled me on.
Oh,
okay. All right.
Good to have you back. Go ahead with your thoughts.
Okay, so like what I was saying now, whatever thing that is taking place is a sign of end time. Hello?
Yeah,
Yes.
we can hear you.
Okay, so nothing easily come to except to work. You can hear me?
Yes, it's a bit shaky, so we're trying to grasp what you're saying. Just go ahead, keep talking, and then we'll get at least few of the things that you want to say. All right, we seem to have network
I'm sure,
issue
yeah.
of interference.
I'm sure he really wants to speak, but then the
Yes.
network is not, okay. So
We have another caller. Good morning. Good morning. All right, network seems to be interfering a lot on our calls.
Hello?
Yes, good morning.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yes.
okay, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Network is coming bad.
Yes,
So let me be honest.
yeah.
The government, they are not best. But we are not going to look at that. Our prayer is to see that we have a good government that helps you work. But the most important thing that they should look at for the common man is one, life. If there is life, someone who has and will live a better life. You will not be thinking of government to come and give you something. Then two, purity. Nigeria was not like this before. I remember when I was coming up as a youth. Now that I'm man. When we have cocoa at that time, we are living well. The country was better. Everybody can eat 3 times a day. And you will even have reserve. But now you cannot even throw away your food because it's wet. You understand? But since oil have come to the country, the government have turned their back on the city. It's not supposed to be so. Everything should come to normal so that everybody will live happy.
So what's your appeal to the government?
What I'm trying to say, not only when they want to do election, they should also remember the masses and give them whatever they desire. Some of those of them who are serving, who are representing us from House of Assembly, local government councillors, senators, they don't mean well to the masses.
Indeed, thank you so much for calling us with your thoughts on the matter. I mean, he gave a lot of reasons why you should think of ways to get out of situations without blaming the government first, but then still the Nigeria of before is not the Nigeria of now, so we need more patriotism in our government sector. So he hits on the punch, and of course the expectations also on the government, because one thing we have to look at is even when you decide that you want to do something outside without the help of the government, there is still need for the economy to be stable. The foreign exchange, all of that affects your business. So also in that aspect, you would need the government to regulate at least or make some move in order to make the environment, the business environment conducive for both Nigerians and also international investors. All right, we have another caller there. Good morning. Please tone down the volume of your TV.
Maybe we'll have to let you go, then you call us back again when you turn down the volume of your TV set. Yeah. Thank you. Call us back, but tone down the volume so we can hear you, and then we can communicate with you. And do send us WhatsApp messages. I can see some messages are hanging before they drop. So yeah. So Maya, the last caller actually made some points. And initially we actually wanted to bring a financial expert, a personal financial expert, to come and talk to us on how we can save you know, for rainy days, you know, like how people can actually start up something with a minimal or little money, you know, just to see what they can do, and then save for, you know, Christmas, New Year celebrations that they are expecting for it.
We have another caller. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello.
Yes, good morning. Are you with us?
Yes, I was the one that was talking before.
Okay.
Yes. Not as if the government are not doing their best. What I'm trying to say is that they should improve. They should improve and try to checkmate from the people. Imagine Delta State is the second richest state in the whole of Nigeria as a whole.
Delta State is the what?
Second richest state.
Okay, second richest.
In Nigeria as a whole. Second. Lagos is first.
Okay, all right.
And the state is not developed. It's not developed. It's nothing to talk of. It's nothing to talk of. Which is not fair. Which is not proper. Imagine the only company we have in Delta State is Tricycle, which is Keke Nape. That is the only company we have in Delta State. There's nothing like entrepreneurship. Upon that, people still keep on oppressing those that are doing the business. So the government should look into mostly Delta States. Look at other neighboring states like Edo State, Rivers State. They are far developed than Delta State. This is not fair. You see, every happy New Year is old age of a man. So what will you leave to say to your children tomorrow?
Indeed, it's a sad situation there. We hope that the state governments and the federal government are able to at least look into the states that need a lot of restructuring, you know, growth economically and even physically. Thank you so much for that call, and we hope that your appeal is listened to. Because yes, we know how some states are, you know, like a picture for other states, and before you know it, these people, they see these things and there is envy from some states to another because of how progressive some states are and how left behind others are. All right, we have another caller. Good morning.
Please turn down.
Okay, I don't know what's happening on that
turn
one,
down the
but then
volume.
we'll have to let you go because there is an echo. I could literally hear our last caller's voice. So please, if you're calling us, turn down the volume of your TV set or move away from the TV. You don't need to hear yourself or
you can get your family members to record you while you're somewhere, you know, making the call if you want to hear yourself. But that's the truth. You know, people really want to hear them talk.
The best thing you would do is go back to our social media platform
and then
YouTube.
Watch it. Yes,
we have live streams. We'll put this out there so you can catch up on your call. So just need to send message via WhatsApp, you know, to tell us how you feel about what is going on, aftermath of the festivities. How are you feeling? Let's not forget there was already a warning of make sure you don't do dirty December. That was last December.
Yeah.
Because of how how much expectations people have on January. January is always that month where people feel it's lengthy, and it's
5 weeks.
But it's not 5 weeks.
But it's 5 weeks now. Last year was 5 weeks.
Just because people say January is usually, but it's not usually. It all depends.
You know,
on
maybe because it's a leap year. You know, this year is a leap year, right?
Okay.
So for those that are celebrating their birthdays on 29th of February,
and let them
it only comes once, one comes once in 4 years. Now that's not the thing, right? Let's not forget that there are some students that actually work to put their bills themselves, you know, and then maybe they have to take care of their families, you know. Even the workers too, they're still, you know, furthering their education, maybe going for second masters and stuff, and then you're not married but you have families that you have to cater for. The responsibility is too much. Now after taking all that responsibility, how are you coping, you know, from December to January?
And let's not forget the people that do have another major responsibility, the workers with unchanged salaries, just the added 35,000 wages, which some people are not even still feeling. And there is, of course, the house rent matter. We're talking about the school fees of the kids. We're talking about food, unexpected health issues, all of that. How are you coping with it? So there's a lot to talk about. We have, I think, another caller joining us. Good morning. All right, we lost that call. Please go ahead and try. We can see that the network is creating a bit of interference.
Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Hello?
Are you with us?
Hello.
Morning. Your name and location, please.
No, we can't hear
We can't hear you.
We absolutely cannot hear you. Your name is what?
Are you here with us?
All right, we lost that caller. Please.
She just woke up and he wanted to maybe call on.
Yes,
because the voice was so low.
Yes.
So yeah, you were saying something about workers and the wages.
Yes, so a lot of things are happening, and then after December, which there's a lot of expectation for you to cook and gift people, and then when you go home, they haven't seen you for the longest time, so people are expecting gifts, you know, in cash and other items. So things like this leaves people at the end of that month, at the end of the year or beginning of this year, even a bit down on cash, on money, and then there is huge responsibility. So how are you faring?
Good morning. Your name and location, please.
Good
Hello.
morning, are you with us?
I think the network is
interfering, and
yes.
today we wanted to
and it's not just today, even yesterday we were having similar issues, but then
well,
we were able
for
to.
the longest has been a bit of shaky. It
Yes.
hasn't been perfect, but then today seemed to be a really bad day for us.
And then the thing that I really want to hear from people is having this issue with house rent, which is a shelter for you, your family, for those that needed to renew this year, especially January.
Trust TV, we did a documentary on the increase of house rent in the FCT. So an FCT, Lagos, Port Harcourt,
and that's that because things are expensive. The economic hardship is taking a toll on everyone.
Expensive?
Well, it's not about that,
I think it boils down to regulations. In other states, which we tend to definitely refer to, we are seeing these things happen. So we know we are lacking behind on those parts. But there is always a regulation of prices.
Now we are going to shake a table, you and I, because that's why we had this little banter, But the thing is, when you have a house as a landlady or a landlord, you actually want to benefit. You want to gain something from it. You're not just keeping it for people to come and keep.
the basics of it, but we have a caller now. Good morning. Good morning. All right, we seem to have issues with that call. Moving on to our discussion. So, as I was saying, first of all, Fatima, houses, you remember when houses were collapsing in Lagos, and they were saying that there should be a regulatory board that would go and check these houses. So there are also, in that board, there should be developers and all that. Your house has to be do with location, has to do with the building, the capacity.
Okay, we have a caller
that we use to charge the price.
Professor Sumaya is in the mood.
Good morning.
Hello?
Yes, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Your name and location, please.
Your name from Lokoja.
Your name?
From Lokoja.
Okay, Abubakar. Where are you calling from?
Lokoja.
Okay, thank you for joining us. Go ahead.
When it comes to festive periods.
Thank you.
Yes,
thank you. Yes, you are. Go ahead.
It's all about planning. Because things are not normal again.
Can you turn down a bit?
I don't know if it's from us or from our technical guys. Please help us fix it. We can't hear them so well. So it's a bit rowdy. Are you still with us?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay. So go ahead.
So if you are to look at what people earn as income, that is from where they work, daily or monthly, they hardly survive. And these are people that from January to December, you hardly send money. So when it's now end of the year, you are just you have that feeling of doing something for them. So it's not tedious for you to cover most of those people because at the end of the day, the responsibility is too much. Understand? And you have your own immediate family to cater with. You see, that's the issue. For someone that is earning 50 to 100,000 naira now, with this Nigeria that we are now, how do you survive? Even without you even sending for someone, it's not even enough to cater for the immediate family. So, and another thing is that they look onto you that you are working. If you are working and you are earning salary, they see you as okay. There are one or two things that you have to do in the family. So if you cannot do anything from January to December, at least that December you'll be able to do something for them. This is the main issue. So what we do is that we cut down costs. Cut down costs because now I can tell you that for free now, an average Nigerian cannot fill the tank of his vehicle again. You see?
But there are some things that you cannot cut down cost on. We're talking about school fees.
I was actually thinking.
Health, house rent. You can't cut the cost of all of that. Luckily enough. Hello? Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Luckily enough, there are some the tenant landlord relationship should be maintained. You can go bargaining for paying twice in a year.
Okay, instrumentally.
And at the same time, most of the calendar year is not January to December. So it's not everywhere that most people don't pay their house rent during December.
True.
Sometimes it lapses to the following year. So that is the thing. But mostly that we have to cut down costs if you know that we are not having more income coming.
Indeed.
So by all means, cut down costs. If you have to trek, you trek.
That is true. Well, thank you so much, Abubakar from Lokoja, for that input. We appreciate it. All right, so he gives his own advice of cutting down on cost because most times you have to adjust, and that's why always there's that adjustment. You see couples saying, okay, we have to adjust, let's re-strategize. But one of the things that is helping at least with this situation is the fact that now majority of people of couples are not only relying on one person, you know, so the other parties also expected to
I was actually,
one way or another.
Yeah, I was thinking when he was speaking of the cutting of costs, like you said, there are some problems or challenges that you have right in front of you that you can't cut costs for, like you mentioned, school fees and other things, even some minor, challenges here and there that needs, monetary interference. You can't cut them. It's better you solve it and then you can save. Maybe you can have a little grace because you've solved maybe 50% of your problem. When you have it, just do it. And then you can begin to save for which we know it's not going to stop.
Honestly,
every day it's a hardship.
Past the saving period. Yes, people, way before the removal of subsidy,
yes,
you have the extra to like, okay, let me save, and but then right now, no
just fighting to survive.
Especially if you earn below 200,000, because you're looking at the economy situation.
Don't forget one of the stories in front pages of one of the newspapers that the person said he survived on 16 naira when he was in school. I was imagining what he would be eating 16 naira. Maybe the location where he is, food may be a bit cheap, maybe he can go and eat maybe just masa and take one pure water and just go to sleep.
Is even becoming
15
more
naira, exactly, So maybe when they were selling it 10 naira, maybe 10 naira, you could eat 5. I'm just saying, maybe, and just try to say that, okay, yeah, you've eaten something, but you're not satisfied. But then you're trying to minimize, and then cut costs for yourself. So you don't put burden on your parents. So when I was in school, actually, funny enough, right? I try not to go broke. I don't wait for my family to send me money. You know what I do? I try to maybe, help out with people's assignments, and maybe they are not available. I'll ask them.
I cannot believe you're saying this on air, with people saying that. But then,
no, but then the people were actually doing that.
We see it's not something that people really talk about, people. But then a lot of things about these situations, happening boils down to exactly what is going on. You see your situation, you tell yourself you need to fix that situation, and you have to manage what you have to get what you want. So based on the statistic, Fatima, the people that earn less than 100,000 are much more than the people that earn more. So government should do that maths. Yes. All right, we'll have another caller. Good morning.
You don't want me to say it.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, your name and location, please.
My name is Abdullah. I'm calling from the forest.
Okay, Abdullah, thank you for joining us. Go ahead with your thoughts.
Actually, democracy affairs with families are been through a lot because of the before river subsidy. But actually, what I could just see is that Nigerian situation is the government have to intervene more because the low income earners that
are you still with us? I think
the network
we lost
is
him. Yes,
yeah,
and he was really getting into it.
I could barely hear what he was actually saying because his words are rumbling. Like I could barely.
I caught up on the low income workers, earners rather, and it was what I was talking about. I say in Nigeria, majority of people earn less than 100,000. Majority of people. We're talking about the numbers. If you count amongst the 100% of Nigeria, you see that about maybe 50% at least have earn less than 100, and with all the other things happening, it's really a sad situation. So we hope that, of course, necessary stakeholders are looking into this issue. So go ahead, call us via the number on your screen and send a WhatsApp. All right, so we have a caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Shumaya.
Yes, thank you for joining us. Your name and location, please.
Thank you very much for having me on the program this splendid morning of today. Mohammed Modibo calling from Gombe State.
Mohammed Modibo, thank you for joining us again. Go ahead.
Yes, the pleasure is always mine. This is one of the festive periods that Nigerians had it rough and tough. Many of the civil servants from the federal government celebrated without having salary. Those that are having something with them, it was not sufficient enough. So Nigerians are going through a lot, and more is being expected to come from the government. It is only the government can come to the rescue of Nigerians at this terrible and deteriorating economic situation. Everybody is feeling the heat. The heat is everywhere. Life isn't easy for Nigerians anymore. This country is becoming one of the top country for people, toughest country for people to live on earth because of this economic deterioration and the falling standard of living of our country. This country has no per capita income. People are living from hand to mouth. Many households have forgotten the last time they ate 3 times a day. So life is not easy for Nigerians. The government must wait in to ensure that things are done rightly.
Okay.
If not, if the trend of people continue this way, many Nigerians will not find it easy, and many Nigerians will continue to leave this country. As it is now, many are going out of the country because of the terrible economic situation they are living in, and what they are earning monthly is not something to write home about, and not cater for their families. So we are calling on the government to come to the rescue of Nigerians, to salvage Nigerians from this hopeless and bleak economic situation before things get worse. We are hoping and praying that things will materialize at the end of the day, so that Nigerians will enjoy what the dividend of democracy is all about, and enjoy what the beauty of democracy is all about. So good governance is the way forward. It is well-oriented leadership, purposeful leadership, leadership that cares about the well-being of the downtrodden and the Nigerian people at large. Let's prioritize the interests of the general public against and above our own personal and parochial interests. That is my little take. Thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity given to me this morning.
Thank you so much, Mohammed Modibo from Gombe, for that amazing.
Okay, so we have some WhatsApp messages, even though some are still coming through. Let's take this one. It says, "Good morning, Trust TV. Good morning, Trust TV. You all are well. Trust you all are well. Welcome all back from celebrations period. We give God the adorations. The palliative we anticipated from the government is not forthcoming. The renewed hope cash that is supposed to be 25,000 for 3 months, we only see it once. We encourage our amiable President Ahmed Tinubu to, as matter of public importance, should please stop those saying they are giving cash to people. In most cases, it is criminal. It is criminal. Why not pay it to people's accounts directly?" In conclusion, the fraud going on in the ministry is becoming alarming. We people feel free to send money to private accounts and have a justified claims that nothing to write home about. I want to say we are not safe in each other's hands going forward. His Royal Highness Alhaji Mohammed Baba Idaunoko Sarkin Wasi of Lokoja Zaki.
When you started reading it, I was thinking
you already know that he's the one.
I didn't see the name, but I was that line of intellectual. You tend to know
who is, yeah, and then our last caller as well. It's either he calls or this person also. These are the two people that we know we can always say that so this is
a really
actually
amazing thing, you know. And then he made mention, he detailed on the hardship people are going through, and
we have a caller.
So it's really a matter of urgency to talk about that situation. All right,
thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Good morning, are you with us?
I think we've lost our call.
Right. Yes.
Do well to call us. Are you here with us?
We cannot hear
you.
So
if you can hear us, please call us back again.
Yes, go ahead, call us back because we just have a few moments of time to talk before we'll be wrapping up the segment. So let's hear from you. Send your messages in order for us to read out, you know, about situations happening. How are you coping with everything that is happening? A lot of situations are happening, a lot of people, and people, yes, have pointed out majority that they have not received. We're talking about the civil servant. They have not received about just 25,000 naira that they were asked to receive. All right, we have another caller there. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, your name and location, please.
Yeah, calling back from local.
Okay, go ahead with your
Well, I think pertaining the issue of palliative. I don't think when I look at the population of the country, many people don't even know what is palliative. And I just feel that God's palliative. I think the best way to render assistance in this critical time, I think the government should look at all these food companies, all these food processing companies. Try their best to make sure that they give them certain incentives that will lower the price of production.
But do you think even with that, people will feel the impact? Because we've seen how a lot of creative things have, you know, gone down the drain. That's why the president is all
if you are to look at it very well,
yeah.
There are many companies that are into food production. They can try, at least, even if they are to reduce the taxes on those companies so that these prices can come down that we can afford. A bag of sugar is going to almost, Dangote bag of 50 kg is going to almost 60 or 70,000 naira. You see. So, and this is something that we can get at 30-something, 35 or 32,000 naira before. And if these companies are given certain incentives so that they can also use them to shock certain expenses in production, most of these things will come down. It's not that the government will do it permanently. It will be for just a period of time. Okay, we are giving you this window from this social time to this social time. You are not paying this social tax on this. And we want to see changes in the price. Because you cannot force this company to not sell at what they want to sell, because they are there to make profit. But if the company are saying what government is doing, today too they will have compassion and okay, we can reduce, we can cut down, we can do this. Understand? I'm talking from experience because I know what I work with some of these food companies. Understand? There are certain things like 2 or 3 years ago you buy at 2,000 to 5. A carton of noodles you buy at 1,005, but now you hardly get there at 5,000 naira.
True.
Understand? So these are places that government are going to make sure that these things. So by so doing now, at least some people can benefit from it.
That's true. All right, thank you so much. We hope that's another angle to look at it. Thank you for your contribution. It's another angle. He made mention that he worked in food, in industry, and he knows how these things work. So if the government would actually look at that, which is something that the government has never thought
it's
of.
Actually
the only palliative they thought of is to give state governments and others, and also the alleged controversy around the National Assembly people.
People are actually saying you should palliative, giving people rice, one pack of spaghetti, one pack, it's not enough. Okay. Yeah, so.
We have another caller. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello?
Yes, morning. Your name and location, please.
Good morning.
Can you please tone down the volume of your TV set, please? We can hear yourself from your call.
Yes, I'm hearing you. Good morning.
Good morning. Your name and location, please.
I'm Madam Talk, calling from Lokoja.
Okay. Thank you for joining us from Lokoja. Go ahead.
Good morning. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Yes. No, we're not talking about just palliative. We're talking about the aftermath of the festivities. How are you coping with the economic hardship?
Yes. Yeah, the hardship in the shop is too high. And the palliative cost is let's say out of 100, it's only 25% that got the palliative here in Lokoja and speaking directly from Lokoja to this state. Yes, I can say it's 25% that has got the palliative. I think government should know what to do about that. If this 25,000 we're talking about, let's say some people get it once, and up to now, people have not gotten money to people message. So please, the federal government will help us with that. Don't leave it to manage yourself. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for that one. I mean, he's talking about what is happening in Lokoja and how they're faring even over there. Let's not forget the insecurity in the Lokoja road. Yes. So a lot of things I know would affect even the transportation of food and other aspects of things. But then people are really going through a lot. It's really a sad situation. We have messages coming in, a lot of messages there that, of course,
some are hanging.
Yes, before the time elapsed. I think we have another caller calling us. I don't know if he's still on the line. But we lost that call. So talking about a few things, a few minutes for us to wrap in this. All right, we have, are we taking a call? We have another call. Good morning. Good morning. Hello? No, we cannot talk to you. You need to tone down the volume of your TV set. It's even overpowering your own voice. We have to let you go. We have to let you go. The volume is too much. Please, we need to let that phone call go. It's the volume of the TV set from that person is even too much, overpowering his own voice. All right, we'll take a few messages, and of course, we will be wrapping up this segment on the show. From this, Fatima, what messages do we have yet?
Oh, well, there are some messages that are still hanging, but there's one that said, yeah, good morning, Trust TV. The government means well for the country, but some ministers are not ready to work with him, but we the youths are strong strongly happy with the recent decision taken by him concerning the suspension of the humanitarian minister. You did not send us your name and, well, you know, location, but I think your name is Mohammed Shuaibu from Kogi State, from the last message that you sent.
Yeah,
yes,
I hope we did justice in
yes. So thank you so much for that message.
Yeah,
and
he added that the cost of transportation is too high, and it has highly affected everything in his state, that is Kogi State.
Oh, wow.
Yes, cost of transportation, I think everybody and everywhere in Nigeria are feeling the hardship, the impacts of that.
Yes.
And the government, I hope they're working on things in order to make, you know, all these things come back. If there is one thing we've seen with the efforts of the president, is that he's coming out to say, to show us, not by saying, because actions speaks louder than word. He's showing us that he listened, and he's doing the needful in order to checkmate all the public officers, in order to checkmate all the public funds into channeling it into the nation's treasury to bring a better infrastructure in the country in general. So we hope that, of course, all of that is brought to rise for us to move past this hardship. A lot of people are going through. We have a lot of messages coming in, but I think because of time, we would have to take a pause on this segment. But of course, do not fret. Next week, Saturday, you can still come and we'll open the phone line to talk to you about these issues.